Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we have breaking and shocking news coming out of Russia that has sent shockwaves across the world. Reports are flooding in that Russian President Vladimir Putin has allegedly been rushed to a secret underground bunker after a massive and unexpected Ukrainian drone attack struck deep inside Russian territory. This sudden escalation has created panic in Moscow and exposed serious cracks in Russia's air defense system, a system that was once considered impenetrable. According to multiple intelligence sources, the Ukrainian drone strike was one of the most daring operations yet, targeting key military and government facilities near Moscow. Explosions were reportedly heard late at night, and local residents described scenes of chaos, with emergency sirens blaring and Russian air defense systems firing wildly into the night sky. Despite their efforts, several drones managed to penetrate the defenses, causing damage to critical infrastructure and sending the Kremlin into a state of emergency. Within hours of the attack, Putin's motorcade was seen leaving the Kremlin compound in a hurry. Rumors began circulating that the Russian leader had been evacuated to his heavily fortified bunker in the Ural Mountains, a secure location designed to withstand nuclear and missile strikes. The move immediately triggered speculation that Moscow was preparing for the worst, possibly another round of Ukrainian attacks, or even a full-scale counteroffensive. This sudden panic reveals how vulnerable Russia has become after nearly 3 years of war in Ukraine. Despite claiming control over the skies, Russia continues to face constant drone incursions. What's shocking is that Ukraine, using mostly low-cost, long-range drones, is now able to strike hundreds of kilometers inside Russian territory, something unthinkable at the start of the war. These attacks are not just military. They are psychological warfare, aimed directly at the heart of Russian power and the image of Putin's invincibility. Sources in Kyiv say this operation was a response to recent Russian missile strikes on civilian infrastructure in Ukraine. Ukrainian engineers have reportedly developed new long-range drones capable of flying over 1,000 kilometers while avoiding radar detection. The latest attack demonstrates how far Ukraine's drone program has evolved from improvised devices early in the war to advanced, precision-guided systems now capable of hitting high-value Russian targets. Meanwhile, inside Russia, the panic is spreading fast. Social media platforms were flooded with videos showing glowing fireballs lighting up the night sky, with citizens claiming they could hear explosions even near Moscow's outskirts. Panic buying began in several cities as rumors of more attacks spread. The Russian government quickly moved to block online posts, calling them Ukrainian propaganda, but the damage to public confidence was already done. Military analysts believe that Putin's decision to retreat to a bunker shows both fear and strategic calculation. Russia's elite leadership has long prepared for nuclear scenarios, maintaining dozens of underground shelters across the country. However, the fact that Putin felt the need to use one now, not because of nuclear threat, but because of Ukrainian drones, paints a grim picture for the Kremlin. It signals that even Russia's most protected figure is not beyond the reach of modern warfare. Western intelligence sources are reportedly tracking Putin's movements closely. Satellite images and intercepted communications suggest that several high-ranking Russian officials also disappeared from public view around the same time. Meetings were abruptly canceled, and state television shifted to pre-recorded programs, fueling further speculation about a coordinated emergency response. Some unconfirmed reports even claim that Putin held a crisis meeting via secure video link from inside the bunker. Ukraine, for its part, has not officially confirmed its involvement in this particular drone attack, maintaining its policy of strategic ambiguity. However, Ukrainian officials have repeatedly stated that any target within Russia contributing to the war effort is fair game. And this recent strike seems to prove that Kyiv is now willing and able to bring the war directly to Putin's doorstep. This development has deeply shaken Russia's political establishment. For years, Putin's regime projected an image of absolute control, portraying Russia as a fortress immune to outside attacks. But now, even ordinary Russians are beginning to realize that their homeland is not safe. The fear is palpable, and trust in the government's ability to protect its citizens is eroding fast. In the hours following the drone strikes, Russian state media struggled to maintain its narrative. Some channels claimed all drones were shot down before reaching their targets, while others quietly admitted that minor damage occurred to non-critical infrastructure. Yet eyewitness accounts and satellite images tell a different story, showing burning structures, damaged warehouses, and emergency services working through the night. International reactions were swift. Western analysts hailed the attack as a sign of Ukraine's growing technological and strategic advantage. Many compared it to the early days of World War II, when smaller nations used ingenuity and resilience to counter much larger powers. The symbolism of Putin running to a bunker cannot be overstated. It undermines his strongman image and exposes the growing sense of vulnerability within the Russian leadership. Inside Ukraine, the mood was one of cautious celebration. For many Ukrainians, this was justice served, a response to the relentless bombing of their cities, power plants, and hospitals. Social media in Ukraine lit up with posts mocking Putin's alleged retreat, with memes comparing him to dictators of the past who hid in bunkers during their downfall. However, Ukrainian officials were quick to stress that their goal is not revenge, but deterrence, to make Russia understand that aggression comes at a price. Military experts also believe this attack will push Russia to further stretch its already strained defense systems. With more of its resources tied up defending deep territory, Moscow may have to divert air defenses away from the front lines, giving Ukrainian forces new opportunities for breakthroughs. The war, once fought mostly inside Ukraine, is now creeping into Russia itself, a reality that few in Moscow want to acknowledge. This event could also have serious political consequences. Within the Kremlin, rival factions are said to be blaming each other for the failure to prevent the attack. Some generals are reportedly furious that billions spent on air defense systems have not protected the capital. Meanwhile, hardline nationalists are calling for even harsher strikes against Ukraine, risking further escalation. The cracks in Putin's power structure are beginning to show, and such moments of crisis often expose weaknesses that were previously hidden. The psychological impact on Putin himself could be profound. For a leader obsessed with control and image, being forced into hiding is humiliating. It sends a message not only to his enemies abroad, but also to his allies and citizens that he is no longer untouchable. The more he retreats from public view, the more speculation will grow about his health, his stability, and the future of his rule. Internationally, this could also shift perceptions of the war. For months, global attention has wavered, but an image of Putin hiding in a bunker reignites focus on how Ukraine continues to resist against all odds. It also pressures Western countries to keep supporting Kyiv with advanced weapons and intelligence. If Ukraine can strike so effectively now, imagine what they could do with even greater support. In the coming days, we can expect Russia to retaliate fiercely. Historically, every major Ukrainian success has been followed by a wave of missile strikes targeting energy and civilian infrastructure. However, each Russian retaliation only strengthens Ukraine's resolve and pushes its allies to provide more assistance. The cycle of escalation continues, But now the balance of psychological power has shifted from the Kremlin to Kyiv. As dawn broke after the attack, reports indicated that Russian air defenses were still on high alert, scanning the skies for more drones. The panic had not yet subsided. Meanwhile, inside the bunker, Putin is said to be holding emergency security meetings, discussing countermeasures and propaganda strategies to contain the fallout. But one thing is clear: the illusion of safety within Russia has been shattered. This moment could mark a turning point in the war. The idea that Ukraine can not only defend itself, but also strike the heart of Russia changes everything. It challenges decades of Russian military doctrine and shows how modern, low-cost warfare can upend even the most powerful nations. Putin's escape to a bunker may seem like a small detail, but symbolically it's enormous. It's a reflection of fear, uncertainty, and the gradual crumbling of the image he built over 2 decades. From the outside, Russia might still appear powerful, but inside, the foundations are shaking. Every drone that crosses the border sends a message that no leader, no matter how powerful, is beyond reach. In the end, this is more than just another drone strike. It's a battle for psychological dominance, and Ukraine seems to be winning that battle. The fear spreading through Russia's leadership may be even more destructive than any bomb or missile. When the person who controls the largest nuclear arsenal on Earth feels the need to hide underground, the world takes notice. As events continue to unfold, all eyes will be on Moscow and Kyiv. Will Putin emerge from his bunker to project strength again, or will this moment mark the beginning of his gradual retreat from power? Time will tell, but one thing is certain: the war has entered a new phase, one where the hunter is becoming the hunted, and where the once invincible Kremlin is now trembling from within. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more updates as this incredible story develops. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. The situation is changing rapidly, and we'll keep you updated with the latest verified information as it comes in.